Number 7, Michigan State.
Minutes left.
At USC. Guy Haberman, Darren Collison, take it away, guys.
Well, the stars are out, and yes, in part to celebrate Tom Izzo's 70th birthday 2 days ago, but also to celebrate a big game on the first day of February, unbeaten in league play. Izzo's group, #1 in the league in offense, #1 in defense, first place in the Big Ten. They haven't lost in 2 months. And meanwhile, USC, they have struggled here at home, and they've got an opportunity against one of the best to ever do it to make a statement today, Darren.
Yes, man, this is 2 of some of the best college coaches go head-to-head, where you have one of the best defensive programs ran by Tom Izzo versus one of the best offensive-minded coaches in Eric Musselman. This should be a treat on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Let's go.
There is a buzz here. This is, of course, the first meeting of these two as Big Ten opponents. They've played 7 times before, but never under these conditions. You take a look at the starting lineups, and 2 very different lineups. Along the top for Michigan State, these are the sprinters. There's not one player among the Spartans that's in the top 50 in the league in minutes per game. Fears, Akins, Holloman, Zapawa, and Kohler will all sub out in the first 5 minutes. At the bottom for SC, these are the marathoners. 3 of the top 5 on the team are in the top 10 in the league in minutes per game. Claude, Thomas, and Abo. Rashawn Agee, you see him in the lower right-hand corner, making his first start of the year for Eric Musselman, who's done such a great job. Nevada, then Arkansas. He's been to the Sweet 16 in 4 of the last 6 tournaments, taken over an SC program that's been to the Sweet 16 just once in the last 17 years. Can you feel the buzz in the building?
Man, this is an exciting buzz. As a player, you look for games like this to make your mark. I can't wait to watch what's going to unfold in this matchup.
Michigan State coming off a win over Minnesota on Tuesday. It was a 22-point win. Before that, they won 3 straight single-digit games. They haven't lost since 2 days before Thanksgiving, and it's pretty clear to tell who's who. Michigan State in the green, USC in the white. And here is Desmond Claude. Very high usage, does so much for SC on offense against the defense that's #1 in efficiency in the Big Ten this season. St. Thomas. Now here is Chibuzo Abo, and he bangs that first 3.
You're going to see Michigan State push the tempo, in particular Ferris Jr. They're one of the best teams in transition in the country, so they don't wait when that shot goes up off the rim defensively. They push it down and try to easy one on the offense end.
They love to go to Jackson Kohler in the post early. He gets doubled and travels. Our officials today, Jeffrey Anderson, Earl Walton, and Nate Harris. Claude's 19 points in league play, 5th best in the Big Ten. Here's Agee. Abo will try another 3, and this time he's short. And one of the best rebounding teams in the country. Kohler pulls it down. Back into the post, and it gets poked away by St. Thomas, and Abo picks it up from Yates. What is the preferred pace of this game if you're SC? Claude aggressive inside, and he gets fouled. It was Kohler that came over. Fears had him on the floor. We'll see who this foul is on. It's on Jackson Kohler, his first and the first team foul.
Yeah, guy, you're going to see this all game long. Desmond Claude is just going to have his head down and get downhill as much as he can to create a lot of scoring opportunities for himself. And you can see the size on his body and how much difference it is compared to Ferris Jr. And you're going to see Musselman use that too as an advantage to create double teams out of it.
There just aren't many players like him at 6'5". He's the point guard, but he doesn't take a lot of threes. He's only made 11 threes this year, which is unusual for a point guard who takes so many of his team shots.
Right, and for him, he doesn't need to, right? When you have so much success in the paint, shooting 50%, I wouldn't shoot a lot of threes too. I'm getting downhill to try to get as much layups as I can.
2 teams that do a lot of work at the free throw line. That's where the first points for SC come, and Michigan State still searching for its first basket. St. Thomas. Wesley Yates, the offensive boards. This is the #1 shot blocking team in the league in Michigan State. Here comes Fears.
loves to push the tempo. Michigan State loves to move the ball side to side as Atkins takes a three. But right here, definitely with an in and out behind the back. Oh, man, this kid is fun to watch. Unbelievable play behind the back, going to his left for a great finish.
Through traffic with the behind the back. Zapawa. Fears glances at the shot clock, plenty of time. Kohler hit 2 threes against Minnesota, the first time he's done that in his career. But both teams are shooting the ball as if maybe there's a little bit of nerves. Everybody's a little bit amped up today.
Everybody's too excited.
These two met in the NCAA tournament back in 2023, a game that Michigan State won. Nice pass from Claude, and AG with the finish.
And that's another area of Claude's game that has improved is his playmaking ability, and he's 6'5" that can see over the defense. That's right there. He made a nice pick and roll pass to his big man right there, and his big was able to finish it.
It's the 6th possession of the game for Michigan State. Still a 0 on the scoreboard. Holloman squares it up, and he hits. He had 4 threes in the first half earlier in the week against Minnesota, and he keeps it going.
Yeah, just a nice cross-court pass on the weak side, call off the double team to Holloman and hit his 3.
Holloman got inserted into the starting lineup 14 games ago. They've won every game since. Yates has been a bit different since he got inserted into the starting lineup for SC. He just gives them another option.
Yes, I mean, him and Claude have done a great job in the backcourt in particular. And as you can see, Spears Jr. goes up for a floater, but they've done a great job of playing off one another. And Yates is another guard that's going to be as aggressive throughout the whole game. Claude with an in and out behind the back. Finish with his left. And then Yates said, let me get a piece of that action right there. Off the pick and roll. Stop and pop from the three-point line. But those two have played great basketball for USC in the backcourt. And it's their aggression that leads to a lot of playmaking ability for them. And as they can get everybody else involved off their playmaking ability.
Here come 3 subs now. Carr, Booker, and Cooper in for Michigan State. Kohler, Zapawa, and Akins will take a seat. Trying to find minutes for everybody. The foul, by the way, was on Rashawn Agee, his first. This is the 3rd best free throw shooting team in the country, Michigan State. And Fears is a good one. He gets 1 of 2. And now he'll be the 4th sub out as Jace Richardson appears.
A lot of people want to know why Michigan State has some success in their 13-game winning streak. This is why. It's their depth. It's the ability to sub 5 in, 5 out, and other guys that come in and contribute right away. And they're not getting tired. They're leaving everything on the court because they know they have that sub behind them guy.
Agee can't get the bounce, but Albo cleans it up. So you're saying it allows you to go maximum effort.
Yeah, you have no choice but to go hard. I mean, when you know your subs is coming in behind you, you spent that first 5 minutes going hard as much as you can, and there's no room to waste energy.
We had a shot clock issue, and so the stoppage. And so that gives everybody their first breath of the day on a sun-splashed Saturday, the first day of February in Los Angeles. Fast start for USC here at home, and this is an unusual position for Michigan State. It's been more than 2 months since their last loss. They lost early to Kansas in Atlanta, lost to Memphis in Lahaina, then beat Carolina in Maui, and then look at this, December, all wins. January, all wins. It's historic. It's hard to find things that have never happened in Tom Izzo's career, but that's one of them. The first time in 30 seasons that he's gone unblemished in December and January. But this is February, Darren.
Yeah, and then Michigan State is the 3rd best team in loss quality behind #1 Auburn and #2 Duke. So that means during that whole time they handled their business against inferior opponents thus far. Like, they didn't have any bad losses which is a great sign moving forward because, like you mentioned, they're going to have a tough schedule moving up forward.
Their only 2 losses have been in Quadrant 1, undefeated in Quadrant 2, 3, and 4. And it will get rocky. That's what Tom Izzo said. The schedule's about to get tough. Today represents the beginning of the second half of conference play. So resolve the shot clock issue before the break. And here's Desmond Claude against Cohen Carr, who's had some really tough defensive assignments recently and played really well for this Michigan State defense. Thomas. No, Josh Cohen just came off the bench, can't rebound it. But a fresh 20 for USC. Claude. Defenders all around, and he scores anyway. And Carson Cooper is slow to rise for Michigan State. He's just getting back into the play, and he's in pain.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Tom puts a taller player on Des, because he's just having his way so far in the paint, getting to wherever he wants to go.
Jace Richardson gets free and splashes the triple.
Great out-of-timeout action for Jace Richardson. His man kind of shot the gap. He was able to shoot the 3, but they gotta be aware of Desmond because he's getting downhill easy and he's creating a lot of havoc right now for Michigan State.
There was one big key there on the scouting report for USC. It was don't let Richardson shoot threes as Abo gets free inside.
Yeah, it's a little bit too late for that one, right? I mean, Yates is doing a much better job on this possession of trailing him as opposed to shooting a gap, knowing he's a shooter.
With the teardrop, and it won't fall. Abo way up ahead. The Carr just refuses to bite on the pump fakes, but a foul underneath. This one's on Carson Cooper. It's his first and the second team foul. And Chibuzo Abo will go to the free throw line, a very good free throw shooter.
Agbo brings a lot of versatility to this team. I mean, he's a guy that can dribble as a guard. You know, he's a really good shooter. He can get to the basket at will. He can do a lot of different things for Eric Musselman, and he opens the floor a lot for him when he plays that 4 position.
Well, for the most part, if you ask how tall a USC player is, you can just answer 6'7", because that is most of their roster most of the time.
They have 8 players listed 6'7" or taller, and that just shows you the size advantage that Eric Musselman has night in and night out when he's able to use his weapon.
An illegal screen on Xavier Booker, his first foul and the 3rd team foul against Michigan State. USC 1-4 at home after losing here to UCLA on Tuesday. A frustrated Eric Musselman said, we may have to stay in a hotel before the game on Saturday, just like we do on the road. He decided not to do it, and his team is kind of ready to play.
Fierce been already feeling it right now.
Here's Booker. And it goes out of bounds off of Kohler. Well, Michigan State is just not able to get out and run right now, and part of it is USC shooting 54%.
Well, Claude is the recipient of that with an in-and-out crossover to the elbow jump shot. I mean, this kid is so fun to watch, and you're going to see him get into the paint over and over again as he shoots the pull-up 3 right here.
And he gets fouled by Fears. If he's going to get fouled even on 3s, then he's going to be really tough to guard. He's only made 11 threes this year. First on Fears, 4th team foul for Michigan State. And on the elbow.
And that's the advantage of a big guard versus a smaller guard. And, you know, it's very hard for a smaller guard to contest a bigger guard shot. And right there, he fouled, Fielders fouled him. But one thing about Claude, he can explode for big games. He's had 31 against Illinois on the road, which was a very good performance. 25 the other night, too, as well. But this kid gets it going. He can open up a lot for Eric Musselman.
Played at Xavier last year. Off the ball has been the primary ball handler for USC this year. Good for them to see Matt Noling. This is his first appearance back since December. Missed 7 games, injured back on the 22nd of December with a foot injury. And he was the 6th man for this group when the season started. And they're very excited to have him back today. He's 6'6".
So right now, you see Michigan State trying to push the tempo. What they do really well is they create mismatches. But because USC can match it with their size, it's very hard for Michigan State to create those mismatches every single time down.
Yates is going to check back in. Possession arrow keeps the ball with Michigan State as they dry up the floor. 18.5 transition points a game. That's what Michigan State averages. It's #1 in the country. But they're not really getting free transition right now. Richardson gets aggressive, and he draws the foul.
Terrific drive by Richardson right here. Doesn't have the shot off the baseline, but he uses his body to create contact. Just wasn't able to finish, but outstanding drive.
Fell on Nolan. By the way, in the scouting report, tell me what you would do there. When they hand it to you, and 40% of the team is left-handed. 4 of the 10, and Richardson, you saw him going left there. 4 of the 10 guys that play for Michigan State are lefties.
Wow, that's interesting.
Does that change anything for you?
It changes a lot, right? You just know you have to force them to their offhand. But Richardson is the guard that can go both ways. He loves going to his left, but he can use his ability to go both ways at times.
Very good three-point shooter, very good free throw shooter, nearly 90%. He has just stepped right in as a freshman and been even better than anybody could have anticipated before the season began. AG getting an extended rest for USC. St. Thomas in trouble. 3 on the shot clock. Josh Cullen got it hit. Good defense there from Fiddler.
Terrific defensive possession by Michigan State as they push right here.
Fiddler! Created the defense and then converted.
Yes, nice up and under or reverse on the and one. So, I talked about it. This is one of the best teams in transition in the country. So you have to make an exerted effort to get back on defense. If you don't, they're going to score very easily.
And now you can hear the Michigan State fans as Fiddler, who's a 90+% free throw shooter, makes it. Isaiah Elohim will check in.
I knew they were here somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're here now.
They're here now. I can hear them now.
There's about 30,000 Michigan State alums in the LA area down to Orange County. They brought a big traveling party on this trip. A couple of days off after the game before they play at UCLA on Tuesday. St. Thomas in and out. And things have stagnated a little bit for SC. Here's 100 miles an hour. Gets fouled by Elohim. 15 fouls on USC. SC still with a 10-point lead, but Michigan State has found its footing. 10-point USC lead here at the Galen Center. 22 points for the Trojans, Darren. Half have been scored by Desmond Claude.
Yes, Desmond Claude has been absolutely terrific in this first stretch. In the first half with the in and out going to his left, and you're going to see a lot of plays, guys, him getting downhill, using all of his 201-pound, 6'6" size coming at you, and you can see the in and out crossover to his mid-range, and this kid is playing unbelievable basketball, in particular in his last 5 games, and can't say enough about his poise, his ability to be patient get inside the paint and be able to use his paint. And he does a great job of creating for others too. He's not just looking for his own. he does a great job of making plays for others.
You see him up close at your training facility. He works out there here in Southern California. And what do you notice when you watch him work?
Yeah, he does. He does work with some of the trainers at Pros Vision Basketball out there in Irvine, California. In particular, Calvin Mitchell, Sean Marshall, Paris Blackwell, and those guys. And they do a lot of great things with his handles. You know, he's a big guard, where he's going to have smaller guards guarding him. And you're going to see a variety of different finishes with his right and left hand, as you can see already. But unbelievable kid, terrific parents, and he just loves the game of basketball, a student too as well.
Colin Carr just extendo arm right up towards the rim to score. Just a second 2-point field goal for Michigan State today. It's an entirely new team, an entirely new roster. Of course, the new coaching staff for Eric Musselman. Only one returning player. Yates. Claude glances up at the shot clock. Now he sees 4. 2 defenders in the air. Fears, though, was able to avoid contact. And here he comes. Akins. Walled up by Abo. Abo feeling it. And Fears wants to run again.
And look at Fears pushing the basketball and just trying to create any mismatch for his teammates. As you can see right there from the basket by Carr. But that's what Fears does best. He pushes the tempo, and a lot of times when you're a big, you're getting stuck onto a guard, which creates a lot of disadvantages for you as a big on the opposing team.
Yates hit a 3 earlier. Chance of defense echoing here at the Galen Center. And another rebound for Fiddler. Carr. It's been working. Kohler can't corral it after 2 straight buckets at the rim from Colin Carr. And a little sloppy for the Trojans. Here's Fears into traffic. Swatted away by Claude, who is down on the ground holding his right knee.
Knee. Hope he's okay. Just hate to see that.
It's going to be helped up by the officials, but he will have to go to the bench.
Yes, this is a tough break.
And now Clark Slackett will check in for him. And that is a scary sight. Claude immediately heads to the tunnel. 25 on the shot clock for Michigan State. Here's Fiddler. And now where do the Trojans go for offense?
Well, Thomas, Yates, Agbo have to be more the aggressor now that Claude is out. But Michigan State defense is not allowing them to be aggressive. I mean, even when they use pick and roll, they're blowing the screen up. And they're not getting a lot of advantage off the pick and roll.
St. Thomas has yet to score today. He's 0 of 3, now 0 of 4. And Kohler another board.
It's another terrific defensive possession by Michigan State, helping one another.
Carson Cooper. Holloman. And it'll go out to the Trojans. USC has not scored in over 4 minutes. It led by as many as 15, but you could sense after that first media timeout, Michigan State was able to kind of get its sea legs.
Just seems like USC's trying to get any little advantage right now. They just can't get to the basket. There's a cut right there.
Slacker able to finish and break the drought.
Nice pass off the cut.
Michigan State 31% shooting and an offensive foul. That's on Holloman. his first. 15 foul.
I think something to notice, guy, the guards from Michigan State, once they use that pick and roll with AG, they're letting them shoot that mid-range pull-up, so they may have that to their advantage if they look for it more.
St. Thomas cut off, and he is called for an offensive foul. That's his first and the 15th foul. This game has really come to a grinding halt here in LA. Big Ten basketball is brought to you by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. And by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Well, if it's possible to be the mayor of two cities at once, this would be the man. 46 years since he made the trip from East Lansing to LA, and he's such a fixture in both communities here today.
Yeah, life is good, isn't it, guy? I mean, he was definitely the 1979 NCAA champion, Final Four most outstanding players. He can't say enough of the success that he's meant to Michigan State's basketball, and just an unbelievable supporter no matter what organization, he loves to be around. And terrific person. Got a chance to meet him and absolutely love the guy.
And we should say his wife Cookie here, also a Michigan State grad. And Magic received the Presidential Medal of Freedom last month. Jace Richardson fouled by Clark Slackert out of the timeout. 6th team foul. And Magic was so excited. He talked to the local media up in Michigan earlier this week, said he's going to be here today. He's going to be at the UCLA game on Tuesday.
It's going to be everywhere.
Part of several ownership groups here in LA, including the Dodgers.
Showtime.
All because of a coin flip. The Bulls had the coin flip. They called heads. It was tails. The Lakers got the top pick. And the world changed.
You sure it wasn't heads on both sides? Can't pass up on that type of player.
So no Desmond Claude for SC, injured during the last sequence before the timeout. Went back to the locker room, and the Trojans is trying not to completely stall out on offense. Here comes Colin Carr, and wave it off. He traveled.
It's a great job by Yates to position himself for Carr to travel as he was going up for a layup, but Yates was able to get in front of him. He was able to make him take an extra step.
Well, if there's one thing we know about Colin Carr, he wasn't going up for a layup. Right? Yates misses badly. There were so many second opportunities, extra passes early for SC, and it's all dried up for them on this end of the floor. And Richardson knocks it out, 22 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I mean, they started off with 14 points in the paint. A lot of it was because of Desmond Claude, obviously before he went down with the injury, but one of the things that Michigan State has prided themselves on is their depth, because their bench scoring is 12-2, Michigan State.
One of the best scoring benches in the country. They get a ton of minutes out of the bench. One for their last 10 shots is USC now. And Carson Cooper gets it on the edge.
It's a terrific push by Richardson, coming full speed off the drag, was able to give a pass back for a nice little mid-range jump shot for his big fella.
And you heard the coop raining down here from the Michigan State fans. Slacker in amongst trees, and he travels and turns it over. That is the third turnover for USC.
Right here, Jace, he's pushing it. When you push it that hard, the opposing big has no choice but to have 2 feet into the paint, which is why Cooper was able to have that mid-range jump shot. But it's all because of the ability for Richardson to push the basketball the way he did.
Good to see Desmond Claude. He's come back out of the locker room. Richardson's coming off a career-high assist performance. He had 8 of those against Minnesota, which came on the heels of his 20-point output against Rutgers. There's Carr living at the rim.
On time right there, Carr.
There was a joke in the preseason that they might have to put padding on the irons at practice to prevent throwing Carr from hurting himself because he spends so much time up at the iron.
Look at the help Michigan State provides for one another in the gaps. It's just making it very difficult for USC to get anything going.
Cohen again is missed. Abo converts it. You're allowed to catch your own air ball in college basketball. Cohen did that and then got the assist. Desmond Claude waiting at the scorer's table. Richardson, the lefty, takes contact but can't sneak it in. Loose ball, and Booker's got it. Holloman has 1 bucket in this first half. It's a 3. Holloman's got a chance at another.
Terrific patience by Michigan State to get to their second and third option. I was able to get a 3 out of it.
Able to score. It's almost as if Desmond Claude just coming out of the locker room has had a positive effect on his teammates. And now he's going to come back into the game.
Terrific pass.
Foul was on Cooper, his second. Cohen's got the free throw. Coming off the bench for the first time today. And giving SC good minutes. Michigan State has not led in this first half. Akins.
It's a great drive by Akins, but right now you can as a steal by Ferris Jr.
But he can't convert it.
Right now they're letting Cohen Carr shoot. You know, so Thomas is playing off him, which is making it difficult for Michigan State to get inside the paint because it's so clogged up right now.
He's got 12 points. Booker, what a tough move, and it goes down. How many guys in the world can make that shot? Well, it hasn't been all just Claude. Chibuzo Abo with 12 points to lead all scorers. USC weathered the storm when Claude went out. They still have the lead, but Xavier Booker coming alive. And Michigan State will have a chance at a 3-point play when we return.
Guy?
All right, Ahmed, you take a look at the Big Ten standings. Michigan State, of course, 9-0, first place. Purdue got a test from Indiana last night and won. And also note USC at 11. Now, the bottom 3 teams don't make the postseason tournament. The top 9 get a first-round bye at least. So SC would love to get up a couple spots to 9. But Darren, look at this. Ohio State at 5-5. Rutgers at 4-6. There's just no breathing room in this league right now.
Yeah, and the teams that you mentioned are all teams that can beat some of the teams at the top. And you've seen that with SC beating Illinois. But this is going to be a dogfight, you know, in the next month or so with Big Ten conference play. I mean, all these teams are capable of beating up one another. Doesn't matter who's ranked higher, who's more talented. They all are capable of playing with one another. And and having some success against each other.
Ohio State, who's 8th. Here's Abo, too strong. Ohio State's net rating is 25, just to give you an idea of the depth. Holloman stuck. Zapawa. Booker just had the big basket to ignite this Michigan State crowd. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Carr, and he stepped out of bounds. That is 7 turnovers for the Spartans. Abo is down. So much depth. The net rating, the KenPom ratings, see how close they are, almost identical. Michigan State 16 in the net, 13 in KenPom. Right now, looking at maybe a 2 seed, but such a long way to go. This is just the midway point of the league. And the rest of their schedule is just very difficult starting today.
Yeah, it's going to get brutal for Michigan State, but you ask Tom Izzo, he's invited it. You know, he wants every bit of smoke coming his way.
He's having so much fun coaching this team, it's clear. They've got a test here. Collin just puts his shoulder down, runs through the lane, but can't hit the hook.
Michigan State, they're just patient, waiting for their second and third options to open up, and they're not forcing any shot. This is why they're on a 13-game winning streak as a break.
Jr. And Zapawa gets fouled by Collin, and so he's got a chance at a 3-point play.
Bears Jr. using the pick and roll to perfection, and just a little lob over to Zapawa for a dunk.
First basket for Zapawa today.
And that's 9 out of the 10 players that's played already have a bucket. So it shows you the depth that they have.
If you had to base it just off the noise, I don't know what percentage you would guess the Michigan State fans are making up in this crowd, but you might say half.
Right. We're still at the Galen Center, right?
We are, yes, we are. The problem with being in LA is every Big Ten fan base has a bunch of fans here, and SC has experienced that. And it's something that there's no question Eric Musselman wants to change and create a home court advantage for USC. Akins pokes it away from Clark. He sees Richardson. One and 4 at home for SC. Now, they've played really good teams here at home in conference play. And they'd love to give their fans something to cheer about. Against the Michigan State team undefeated in the league. Fiddler rebounded and taken away from Yates.
This is where SC, they have to push it a little bit faster, harder, because they're not getting a lot of easy points when their half court is being set. But they got to push it to get some easy points in transition to make it a little bit easier for them.
It's just hanging for his second basket of the half.
I always felt teams that are really good defensively in the half-court set, your best time to attack them would be in transition. If you slow up, especially against a Spartans defensive team, you're not going to get much out of it offensively.
Colin Carr got tripped before he could take off, and it robbed us all of a highlight. He was getting altitude, and he just got tripped by Abo unintentionally, but it's Abo's first. And it's the 9th team foul, so 1-and-1 free throws coming.
Right now, Izzo has Colin Carr playing the center position, so you're going to see a lot of Carr setting the pick and rolling hard to the basket for lobs, as you can see on that last play right there. And look on the floor. It's all guards. This is where the game is at nowadays. You know, this is why teams are switching every pick and roll action, every down screen action, because they're all the same size.
Well, Draymond Green started it, right, in the NBA, the positionless style of basketball in the Warriors. Claude. And an offensive foul. Clearing out with that elbow. Fiddler's played some good defense in this first half.
Yeah, he did. He played a great defense on that possession right there, and he knew Claude was coming towards him off the drive, but he was able to slide his feet, stay in front, and get that offensive foul called.
Jalen Shelley will sub in. Well, Fiddler playing better defense as he has lately. Cone Carr really coming along as a defender. Gives Michigan State so much flexibility.
Absolutely.
Shot clock is off.
So now they're going to get the last possession. I expect Tom Izzo to call timeout. Yep.
His first half timeout. And with 15.4, he grabs the clipboard. And we step aside. Who will survive and who will die? The Emmy-winning competition show, The Traitors, is back for a new season. Stream new episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock. A dramatic start in this game between the Spartans and the Trojans. A rivalry 3,000 years in the making. And after the timeout, to draw something up, Fears will go into the backcourt.
You know, if Fears Jr. is not coming off the pick and roll, I expect something coming Richardson's way. Maybe Carr sets the pick right here.
Fears turns the corner. Stuck. Time low. He'll take the two. And that is how the first half ends. Never tied in this first half. USC led the entire first 20 minutes. The Trojans, who have struggled here at home in conference play, trying to hand Michigan State its first loss in the league. The Spartans' 13-game win streak at risk. Coming up next, sends you back to the Xfinity halftime show. Just about ready for the second half here in Los Angeles. The first place team in the league. 9-0, ranked number 7, 13-game winning streak for Michigan State. They came out to California. They got the Sunday expected. They also got a fight from SC that they expected. Guy Haberman, Darren Collison. It was a slow start offensively for Michigan State. They got it going, and yet SC never relinquished the lead. What'd you see?
Well, for Michigan State, it's been their defense. I mean, their defense has been phenomenal. I mean, you want to know why they're the top defensive team in the country? Is because they help one another out. They defend without fouling. They're always in the gaps. They use their hands pretty cleverly, and they get out to the break, which is why they're one of the top transition teams. And then with that being said, Agbo was having some success in the first half. Still opened up the game for 2 for 6 from the three-pointer. He has 12 points. He averages 11 points, and he's already at his average, and he's played phenomenal in the first half. And him and Desmond are going to need more of that in the second half as well.
Claude with those 11 points, but most of them came in the first half of the first half. He left with a knee injury. At the time, SC led by 5. SC led by 6. He returned, they led by 5. So SC was able to hold it together without Claude on the floor. He returned, and he's going to start the second half with the ball in his hands.
Another thing to note, Michigan bench point is winning 20-5. So that's going to be very important coming in the second half, as we'll see if Michigan State is able to use their depth a lot better than SC.
St. Thomas starts the second half with his first basket of the day. A surprising number, maybe, Darren, from the first half was that SC out-rebounded Michigan State by 2.
Yeah, you don't hear that a lot all the time. I'm sure Tom Izzo's going to give them a handful if they don't rebound the ball in the next 5 minutes, because it's going to be key.
This is the second half of conference play for Michigan State. Sapawa goes down hard, an offensive foul, and hopefully he is okay. But he's in quite a bit of pain. He fell from high in the air, colliding with Agee, who took it. That's his first foul. But this is dangerous.
Yeah. You know, AG did a great job of stepping up and taking that charge. So Powell just jumps in the air and passes. This is something you probably don't want to do, but just hoping that he's okay.
Good to see him get up. AG, you have to have the feet set before Zapawa begins to elevate. And outside of the restricted area, he was. I'm thankful just to see Zapawa walk off. He's added such an element of being able to score at the rim for them that they haven't always had in big men recently. Abo. Smaller Aikens on him, and he's going to try and take advantage. Gives it up to Claude. Ball moving a little better for SC to start this second half.
For sure, and this is what they have to do against a team that's really good defensively. A shot clock's winding down. Dez has to create a shot right here.
Cooper reaches out and can't stop Claude, who hits the three, and he now has 14. Cooper right at AG to score.
Great post-up play. Was able to be patient. Couple dribbles. Turns around to his right shoulder for an easy layup.
Cooper, one of 4 Spartans on the team from the group that played against SC, beat SC in the NCAA tournament back in 2023. Abo, 2 defenders, 4 arms, and no basket.
Yeah, that's a shot that you probably want to stay away from if you're Abo. You know, he's done such a great job in the first half. He's shooting over 2 people. Thomas is wide open, and it's another easy post-up play with no resistance. But if SC wants to continue to have success against their defense, they have to take great shots, and they can't force up any shots against 2 players.
Great crowd here today as Claude forces his way inside and flips it off the glass. Holloman in transition, in and out. And there's a rebound for Cooper. So Fears lines it up and connects.
The tempo and pace that Fears Jr. is playing with, that's making it so difficult for SC to get back on the defensive end.
2 defenders in the air, and AG scores.
Second personal, second team foul.
So use a nice way of using a shot fake for AG, knowing his shot blocker is behind him.
USC missed some clutch free throws against UCLA. It was part of the heartbreak in the loss here on Tuesday. They are 9 of 9 at the line today. Fears gets cut off. 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Claude doing jumping jacks defensively. And Kohler can't catch that pass. And it goes out of bounds under pressure from Thomas.
Yeah, just not a very good pass by Atkins right there off the floppy set. Just got to get a better post-up angle.
Claude was 16 points. He averages 19 in Big Ten play, which is 5th in the league. Yates. Holloman all over him. And it gets picked. Fears breaking out. And it off.
Yeah, give Fears Jr. credit for being in the gap, was able to get a steal on Thomas. And you're not careful with the basketball, you're going to see help defense at its premium, at its best, if you're not aware of the weak side.
Thomas with Kohler on it. Gets him in the air and draws the foul. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's the second on Kohler. Well, this is part of the recipe. 18.5 fast break points a game, but they haven't done a lot of it today.
Right there, Fears Jr. was just in the gap and just made a play on the basketball. I think Thomas and Claude were, stuck together on the right side. And wasn't that much room to operate offensively, and was what made Ferris Jr. be the recipient of that going the other way off the steal.
Why hasn't Michigan State been able to get the fast break going? They're the best in the country.
Well, you got to give SC's credit. They did a great job of understanding the scout, getting back on defense, and when they're loading up on Ferris Jr. and they're being set, that's all you want to do if you're USC when you're getting back into your defensive transition.
4 new Spartans come sprinting into the game, and Fears remains. Jace Richardson had a good first half. Just steps right in, but can't hit the 15-footer.
Yeah, AJ is giving him that shot. So Richardson comes off that pick and roll, ready to score. He's going to have that all day.
Yes!
And this is what makes USC so special at times, because they have 4 or 5 different players that can ignite for 15 to 20 points at any given time.
Here's Cooper with AG sagging way off, and a foul is called. Those were 2 cars coming crashing around the bend. Fears gets fouled by Yates. We've got a good one here in Los Angeles. The countdown is on. Celebrate one night, 50 years in the making. The Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special premieres Sunday, February 16th on NBC and Peacock. You can also stream beyond Saturday night on Peacock to get behind-the-scenes stories from SNL. Take a look at what Michigan State normally does on the left, and in yellow what they're doing today. Fast break points, #1 in the country. Bench scoring right on pace. The free throw percentage. The rebounding margin is unusual.
Yeah, and I'm looking at 2 different areas that Michigan State definitely excels. Is their fast break points and their rebounding, and losing the battle in rebounding is very shocking as well. And you want to be Michigan State, you have to get back on defense, and you have to play extremely tough. And USC has done that, and that's why they're up 49-41.
This game has not been tied. SC has led the whole way, led by as many as 15 in the first half. Chase Richardson, it's not supposed to be that wide open for SC, and somehow they get away with it.
A great out-of-timeout play by Tom Izzo to get Richardson free for that three-pointer, just didn't convert.
Speaking of SNL, Will Ferrell, USC graduate.
One of my favorite actors right there.
The episode on Peacock that's all about the cowbell, highly recommend. Here comes Fears. Oh, got in the air and still got it to Cohen Carr for the dunk.
Well, you know, as athletic as Carr is, I don't think it matters where you throw the basketball. He's just going to grab it and dunk it. But it's a freak of nature when you throw it down.
AG got his first career start today as a Trojan for USC. So Josh Cohen came off the bench. Shot clock is low. Thomas just saw it. So now he's got to hurry. And he connects on the 3. All he needed was a little panic. Sagging way off of Cohen Carr there in the corner. Fears walks into 2.
That shot's going to be open. I've said it time and time again, Ferris Jr., Richardson, they want to come off the pick and roll, knowing that AG is in the pick and roll. They're going to have that shot.
Yates has 8 points for USC today, the redshirt freshman. Claude with 16. Creates for Thomas. AG extra pass. Abo the same. Yates swishes it.
Just terrific ball movement by USC. Started with the drive by Desmond Clyde to draw 2, and they was able to get it out to Ogbo for a nice little 3 for Thomas. Yates. Can't say enough about how well USC's playing right now.
two-tone car. And a foul called on St. Thomas. That is his first.
Shot clock winding down. They go on the screen. St. Thomas can shoot that. He makes a three. And then a great ball movement by USC. It's able to get Yates for a wide open three. This is what they have to do if they want to beat a very tough team in Michigan State, is get great shot selections, continue to move the ball, and continue to play for one another.
The clock issue, the officials are going to go review. Well, Eric Musselman, there's no question. We talk about what a Tom Izzo team is, and this team looks like one. They play defense, they move the ball, they rebound.
Players on review for time and error.
You can hear the announcement there from the officials. But Eric Musselman, his team is about effort and energy, and they have reflected that in his first year, just as this team has reflected Tom Izzo in his 30th. There's got to be a part of him, Darren, as a coach. Your team hasn't lost since before Thanksgiving. That relishes the opportunity to be in a game like this on the road if you're Michigan State.
Yeah, this is a terrific quad one win here at home against Michigan State. And you said it best. Eric Musselman has done this time and time again in his coaching career, where he's had so many different elite guards to have success, going back to his days at Arkansas with Anthony Black, Nick Smith, and now you can see it for Desmond Claude and Yates as being the guys right now. But just a terrific offensive coach that can get so many different things out his team every possession.
And Eric Musselman, who's been to the Sweet 16 in 4 out of the last 6 NCAA tournaments. Three of those even beyond. You can see what he did at Nevada, then immediately the 2 Elite Eights. And he said this week, hopefully in 5 years, we're talking about all the Sweet 16s that this group has been to. It's a very veteran team. That's going to change. A very good recruiting class coming in next year, but the resume speaks for itself.
Yes, and you know he's going to have the best guards in recruitment too. You know what I mean? We'll talk a little bit more of that later, but you know, Musselman is just a great coach to be a, you know, to be, if you're a guard. If you're a guard, you're going to have a lot of success with him because he likes to use his guards, and you can see that with Desmond Claude, like I mentioned before. And he does a great job of using mismatches and posting up different wings and guards, and he gets really creative. He's had some success at the NBA level as well.
So the clock issue has been resolved. $11 seconds on the shot clock for Michigan State, although I think it's supposed to be, it's not what they want. Nate Harris just noticed.
So if you're USC, you got to be careful for Richardson to come flying off to that baseline shot if you're not attached. And maybe they get an action for, yep.
For Richardson, 20 on the shot clock, by the way. They changed it, so it comes into Richardson. And now Holloman. Holloman trying to lose age, and he cannot. And Clark comes away with it.
It's a great adjustment by Eric Musselman to switch 1 through 5. That, you know, previously AG was being in a drop in the pick and roll. That particular time, they were able to switch and throw the guards off a little bit, and he's able to stay in front.
Thomas on the bullet pass from Claude, can't finish it, and Fiddler with the rebound, his 5th today. Now Fiddler downhill, right to the rim. The ball is loose, and a foul is called on AG, and that is his 3rd foul. Fiddler has given Michigan State some good minutes off the bench today. And another baseline out of bounds opportunity here for Michigan State. Comes into Kohler. Akins has just 2 points today. Fiddler fading away. Can't get the bounce. Ball is loose, and Fiddler hit it up. It goes to SC. And we've got 11:56 remaining in the half. Kohler slow to rise on a nerve-wracking afternoon. News in LA this week, Elijah Arenas, seen there hugging Magic Johnson earlier, son of Gilbert Arenas, made big news when he committed to USC on his father's podcast Thursday.
Hey, Coach. We're live here. I'm on the podcast right now, and, you know, it's kind of like a big day for me. I wanted to let everybody know that I want to commit to USC.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Oh my goodness!
So I wanted,
It's a big deal. He's a very good player.
Yes, he is. I mean, if you haven't got a chance to watch him play, you better hurry up and watch him now before he gets to USC. I mean, he's a treat to watch. Can score at all three levels. Exceptionally well shooter. Can post even in high school at his position. He's an Eric Musselman's guard, so he's going to be fun to be a Trojan for next year, and I can't wait to watch him play.
Nick Young, the former Trojan, very excited as well. You can see his reaction during the podcast. And it's not an official signing yet, so USC's not allowed to comment on it, but he is here today, and his future team giving him something to cheer about. Shot clock is low for Desmond Claude. Agee saw it on the other end and can't hit. A 10-point USC lead.
See if Michigan State can get some easy baskets right now. They kind of been stagnant a little bit on the offensive end.
Kohler, a quick pass knocked out by Thomas.
Thought Kohler had an easy layup if he would have just went up.
Good
He
to
had
see
Claude on him.
Sorry, Darren, just going to say good to see Kohler back after he was slow to get up before that last timeout. This is the #1 team in offensive efficiency in the Big Ten. Speaking of Michigan State, they have not led today. Akins gets free after the Kohler screen. Fiddler taps it in.
Yeah, they definitely needed that right now through this rough stretch.
13 straight wins for Michigan State, the first place team in the league. They've gone cold for the last 3 minutes before that Fiddler tap in.
Fiddler's done a great job of staying in front of Desmond. They may have to look at that a little bit more to contain him a little bit.
Abo, 2 on the clock. So a couple empty possessions, late clock shots as Colin Carr goes flailing through the air. He gets fouled, and he is able to get up.
This is why you have to hurry up and get back, because guys like Colin Carr would bang on you and keep you in the rim if you don't do what you're supposed to do on the defensive end in transition.
Third on Abo. Colin Carr, rare to see for a player of his age. His favorite NBA player is Dr. J. And you see him dunk, it all makes sense. Not many people can relate to him that way.
Yeah, you don't hear that too often, especially nowadays. It's good to be a student of the game, right, guy?
A lot of people watch YouTube videos of Dr. J dunking, but not many people get to be students, right? Trying to emulate Dr. J. He's just entertainment for 99% of the world.
Yeah, his athleticism can definitely do that and imitate him.
Good defense there from Holloman to knock that out. 16 on the shot clock for the Trojans. Now Carr's going to get a rest. Fears will come back in. Over a 3-minute scoring drought for USC. This game has had spurts of acceleration and not. And Abo gets fouled by Holloman. That's 3 on Holloman. And the third Michigan State foul. free throw shooting could very well be a major factor down the stretch here. Two teams that take a lot of them. Claude doesn't take many threes. Here comes Fears. Foot on the accelerator for 40 minutes. Akins gets in the air. Tough catch for Fiddler. Akins. Kohler, and is fouled by Agee, and that is a big foul. That is number 4 on him. And that makes decisions difficult for Eric Musselman.
Yeah, I mean, he's done such a great job defensively. You're talking about Agee in particular, but now Musselman has to make a decision.
He'll bring Josh Cohen in.
Yeah.
St. Thomas couldn't steal it, and he goes over the first row. Hope he's okay. The folding level of chairs there. He's just trying to unfold himself. And he gets a hand up.
So you mean to tell me nobody could have caught him?
Well, there's a lot of Michigan State fans over there. They seem pretty friendly. Let's see. Would you want to catch him?
Yeah, that's the Michigan State fans over there. They probably not.
He tried. I saw an arm. Good to see him pop up. Fears. Now Akins. And he scores through Josh Cohen somehow.
It's a tough finish. Cohen did a great job of jumping with his hands up without fouling. Gotta give credit to Akins with a better finish.
He averages 14. He's got 4. Abo, clean look. And SC's gone cold, but Yates with the offensive rebound. The rebounding is dead even today. 26 apiece. Claude, if they'll leave him, he'll take it, but he can't convert.
Watch Michigan State push right here. Try to get an easy basket.
Fears was looking for it, but SC got back. Fiddler. Pump. Kohler offensive board. And now he gets it out to Fears. Akins. Hits the corner 3. It's just his 4th 3 of the year from the right corner. And just when they needed it most, he gets the Spartans within 3. The Spartan fans, and now the Trojan fans erupt. And the Spartan fans are back at it.
This is fun basketball right here. Oh, man. Where would you want to be, guy?
This is the place to be. Claude lost it. Cohen scoops it up. The SC coach is urging their defense to get back even after makes, because Michigan State just pushes. Fiddler bumped. What can Fears orchestrate? Nothing, because Kohler commits his 3rd foul. Crunch time here in February, with a little hint of March. Juju Watkins has been lighting it up here at SC since her debut in 2023. Get an exclusive look into her life and journey from the sophomore guard herself in the docu-series On the Rise. Juju Watkins, streaming now on Peacock. The number 4 team in the nation, USC, who will be on Peacock later this week against Wisconsin. Meanwhile, SC, the hunter on the men's side, Michigan State, the hunted, and Desmond Claude has had his sights set straight all day.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 minutes I thought was very crucial for SC to respond as Michigan State made their run, and it's been a lot of Desmond getting inside to the paint, creating a lot of 2 to the basket basketball and was able to get his teammates wide open for either dump down layup or a wide open three because of his penetration.
He's got 16 points to lead all scorers. Josh Cohen come off the bench because of the 4 fouls for Rashawn Agee. Remains in the game for USC. St. Thomas into traffic and spins it in. 8 points all in the second half for Thomas.
Just a really good drive by St. Thomas going downhill to his left.
Aikens fading to his right, and the left-handed jumper is good. He is so calm. Claude wants a screen. Aikens stays with him. Claude can't get any space, and so he gives it up. Shot clock low again. This has been a thing for SC against the low clock. They can't hit, but elbow the offensive board.
That's where you want to just take your time, run your offense. You still have time left. Get a good shot.
Are they taking so much clock by design, or are they having trouble getting open looks?
A little bit of both.
This is a tough shot. And Cohen can't get the offensive rebound, but a foul underneath on Michigan State's Jay Makins.
Cohen does a great job of pursuing the basketball to get an offensive rebound. It's the effort you need more out of him while AG is being out.
As Michigan State subs 2, is St. Thomas getting ready to inbound the ball for SC. Hands on knees, gasping for air. There's such a difference between these two teams. If it's strength in numbers for Michigan State, it is strength in the starters for USC. Thomas. Abo contested. And another offensive rebound and a foul on the floor against the Spartans. It's on Carson Cooper, number 3 for him.
SC just wants him more right now. They're getting all the 50-50 basketballs right now. They're crashing the glass at will, keeping the possession alive.
Now the 7th team foul will mean free throws for USC. A chance for the Trojans, Darren, to atone for the mistakes of Tuesday night when they missed clutch free throws against UCLA. Today, they are 10 of 11 at the line. Yates needs to dry his hands off. He has not been to the line yet today.
Yeah, you can't beat great teams and not be able to make free throws, in particular down the stretch. Can't say that today, as they've been terrific from the line.
1-1. This is such a fun environment. The Trojans won at Illinois, but we can say without question, this is the best atmosphere in the Galen Center this year.
Absolutely. Terrific place. On a beautiful Saturday, just to see some great Big Ten basketball.
And a ton of Michigan State fans adding some spice. Fiddler. Too short. And SC will slow it down.
I thought it was a great play on the double drag away to get Filler open for that wide open 3. Just didn't knock it down.
Fiddler was a good three-point shooter last year at Omaha, but has just not found the stroke yet at Michigan State. Abo gets swarmed. Shot clock's at 2. Claude's got to put it up, and he did not get it away. A shot clock violation. Michigan State is defending every second of the clock right now.
Yeah, and they're putting you in position where you're having your offense go against the shot clock You count them to 5, and you know you just can't get very much offense with such little time. I think they got to. USC has to get into their offense a lot quicker, their actions a lot quicker.
But for Michigan State, it's been 2 minutes since their last field goal. Akins will try and break it, and he doesn't. And then Thomas just rips the ball away.
So this is what you want to do for SC. You want to get into your action a lot quicker where you're not going against the shot clock right now instead of walking the ball up.
Thomas all alone.
It's a good shot.
And Cohen knocks it out. We mentioned it off the top, Darren. Not one player in the top 50 of minutes per game for Michigan State. 3 Trojans in the top 10 in the league in minutes. You wonder, will the Trojans have their legs here in the last 4.5 minutes?
Those are 3 experienced players. You know, you're not talking about freshmen that are playing heavy minutes. These are players that played in the biggest games in their career.
Cooper cannot get the follow slam. That ball just slipped out. And a missed opportunity for Michigan State. Two losses this year for the Spartans. They lost to Kansas in Atlanta and to Memphis in Maui. So they don't have a true road loss on their schedule. Don't have a road loss or a home loss or any loss in conference play. Under 4 minutes. Claude has 18 points.
Terrific patient off the pick and roll. Was able to survey the court before forcing up a shot and was being patient. Jump stop off 2 feet. Nice little floater going to his right.
Holloman trying to create, and he draws the foul on St. Thomas. Number 2 on him. It's been over 2 months since Michigan State has lost, and they got 3.5 minutes to save this one.
Desmond Claude has been nothing short of but spectacular, making him dance off the dribble. As you can see there with a pull-up 3, getting down the hill to his right, finishing, just a strong body. As you survey the floor right here, off the jump stop with a floater. They can't keep him out the paint. Guy, I mean, he's playing absolutely amazing for Trojans right now. And they better find a way to stop him, because if they don't, they're going to lose this game.
Time for big shots brought to you by Xfinity. He is right on the pace. Shooting 50% today, 3 assists. He missed a good chunk of the game in the first half with a knee injury. But SC didn't lose the lead while he was out. And he has picked up where he left off when he returned. SC has led the whole way today. This game has never been tied. Most of the crowd on its feet. And there is Cooper on the dunk from Holloman.
Another terrific out-of-timeout play by Coach Izzo. Had a decoy action with Richardson coming off the screen off the baseline, but Holloman came off downhill in the pick and roll, was able to throw that lob.
Just the 8th meeting all time between these two. The first is Big Ten opponents. Claude trying to go to work. Against a low shot clock, he gets hounded. Down to the floor, it goes to the possession arrow, and it's Michigan State's ball. Michigan State has come out of the huddle with a good offensive possession and a great defensive possession.
Well, Fielder he's been in the gap on the drive right here. And then Holloman was on the other side, you know, protecting the drive as well. And it's just hard to drive against 2 and 3 guys when the defense is loaded up. I think Musselman wanted Desmond to go in the ISO package, but didn't have too much success against the Michigan State defense right there.
LaShawn Agee, who checks back in for USC. The officials are going over to the scorer's table. There's some question about the possession arrow. This is what happened on defense. Look at the scramble. This is exactly the kind of game you expect from a Tom Izzo versus Eric Musselman matchup.
Absolutely.
A win today for Tom Izzo would be his 353rd in Big Ten action. That would tie Bobby Knight for the most all time, but that is in jeopardy right now. That may have to wait till Tuesday against UCLA if Eric Musselman's group can get this to the finish line.
Now the Trojans, they need to be alert. You know, they've had some really, Tom Izzo's had some really good execution out of timeout, so see what he draws up right now.
You're right, that stoppage gives them a de facto timeout, but they can't take advantage of it because Cooper commits his 4th foul on the screen. Moving into Yates.
Yeah, and then Cooper and Holloman got to be on the same page with that. You know, as a guard, you want to be patient and not move while your big man is trying to set the screen so he doesn't get a foul call right there.
Claude asking for it, faced up with Holloman, trying to force him left, and Claude goes right.
Again, they're trying to ISO Claude at the top.
Claude, fouled by Holloman. That's number 4 on him. That was really good defense for a really long time from Trey Holloman.
Claude using his body and size right now to create contact. That's tough. I don't know, Guy. What you think?
I think I wouldn't want to be the one guarding Desmond Claude. Yeah, that might have been with the body.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there.
Claude misses the free throw.
But again, that's the pressure that Desmond puts on the opposing defense, is his ability to use his size and to get downhill and put a lot of pressure on the ref to make that call.
And it is also the 9th team foul against Michigan State, so SC will be in the double bonus the rest of regulation. Can the Spartans find the offense? Fears fouled. That's number 2 on Wesley Yates, and that's now the 7th team foul against SC. So free throws the rest of the way. 2 coming here for Fears. Fears has just been undaunted today. He hasn't shot it great, just 3 of 7. But every chance he gets, he seems to force the issue.
Yeah, he's just a terrific guard that just likes to push the basketball at will, and it's tough to stop in transition because of his speed.
2 clutch free throws.
So the last couple possessions, you've seen Desmond ISO at the top. I would like to see Trojans kind of move the basketball side to side just to get the defense loosened up a little bit so Desmond can create downhill.
Fears had the assignment there. Claude. AG back to Claude. This has been a rough and tumble second. And Fiddler goes down, and it's the 3rd on St. Thomas.
Yeah, right now, USC's offense got a little bit stagnant. That just seems that wasn't how they were scoring initially, you know, for majority of the second half. But right now, the ball seems to be stopping on just one side, and it's making it easier for Michigan State to play defense.
A 6-point deficit over a minute and a half. Fears, and he gets himself back to the free throw line. It's number 3 on Yates. Fears has really been aggressive in the second half. He had 1 point in the first half. He's got 9 here in the second, looking for 2 more.
Well, he's getting whatever he wants off the pick and roll when AG is the defensive big in the pick and roll and the drop coverage. He can get that shot and the last couple of times he's able to take advantage of it.
A 78% free throw shooter painfully misses the first. Well, Tom Izzo said this week, we've been inconsistent with who steps up in crunch time, but we have been consistent in that somebody does. Fears is trying to be the man right now. He gets 1 of 2, and Tom Izzo will take a 30-second timeout. 1:36 remaining in a 5-point game. A 13-game winning streak on the line for the Spartans. Later today, Duke's 14-game winning streak will be on the line against North Carolina. Right now, Michigan State's 13-game winning streak is very on the line here against USC, who's looking for a breakthrough win here at home. They've played a very good schedule at the Galen Center, and it's made for real tough sledding for USC. They've lost 5 games at home this year, 4 of them in league play. We mentioned it earlier, but Eric Musselman's so frustrated after losing to UCLA the other night here, he thought out loud, maybe we'll just stay in a hotel on Friday night before the Michigan State game. They didn't do it, but whatever they did do worked. It's been an excellent environment. A ton of Michigan State fans and the SC fans having their home court invaded a little bit by the enemy have responded as well. The must-bus against the Izzone today here in LA.
Right now, Michigan State's picked up the full court intensity and pressure, picking up full court now. So let's see what that does to USC's offense.
Both teams in the double bonus. The possession arrow favors USC. Desmond Claude has 19 points today for the Trojans. He accelerates inside, high off the window. He can't get it to drop. And Fears is going to wait for his teammates. Akins. Fiddler tracks it down and saves it. Under a minute now. Shot clock is at 5. Akins, the length of Adriano. Akins, the first shot clock violation of the day comes at the worst possible time for the Spartans.
Yeah, that's a tough possession for the Spartans. But you got to give AG credit for staying in front of the ball.
Checking the clock for time.
As a big.
You heard the announcement there from Jeffrey Anderson. They're just going to make sure they know exactly when that shot clock expired. The clock's at 39.3. AG is going to come off the floor. What do you think of SC going much smaller here with Slackard, another ball handler, and free throw shooter?
Yeah, AG did a terrific job of staying in front, sliding his feet. Can't ask for the effort that he's been put forth throughout this whole game. Switching onto guards, being tough, rebounding, setting good picks for his guards.
Oh, a home run pass. Up ahead, yes! An exclamation point for USC. Desperation time now for the Spartans, and that's going the other way. Carr stepped out of bounds.
Terrific execution by Musselman to throw down for a full court lob pass to Yates to throw it down.
And Fiddler knocks it out. It's off of Slacker. That's the call. They're going to review this. It is Michigan State ball. That is the call on the floor. Spartan ball, but they will review. Tom Izzo is not happy about something over there.
Neither is Musselman.
No, everybody's mad. Well, the one thing you know, when you get Tom Izzo and Eric Musselman, you won't have to guess what anybody's feeling.
For possession.
Oh. The call on the floor is Michigan State ball. So do we have enough here to overturn that?
I don't know, it looks like it touched Fiddler, huh?
Well, yeah, the question I would have here, Darren, is does Slacker ultimately push it out? Fiddler definitely creates. Let's see if we can tell here.
Oh, you're seeing if Slacker touched it towards the end, huh?
You know, it's hard to say, really hard to say. But that angle there is the one that makes me wonder if he did.
Yeah. See, from this angle, it looks like it's Fiddler. But maybe from another angle, Slacker was probably the last person who touched it.
You know, again, is there enough to say it's definitely Fiddler? Because the call on the floor is that it was out on SC. Right? So do you see for sure it's Fiddler? That one angle is the one that makes you wonder. They also have to see when this ball went out exactly. The clock doesn't stop until the ball touches something out of bounds. So that may also be part of this review. 26.7. It's a 7-point game. If it's SC's ball, the strategy is pretty clear for Michigan State. But what if this is Michigan State's ball?
Well, it gives you a chance to make it a 2-possession game if you make a 3 coming out of timeout.
At the review, the play has been changed. It's USC's basketball.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so a lesson in don't overthink what you're seeing. It looked like it was off of Fiddler. It's off of Fiddler. And so they changed the call. St. Thomas to inbound it. And as the play starts, it's stopped by the officials.
And Abo had another full court lob pass for a breakaway dunk himself. So for Michigan State, you got to be very careful.
Slacker, did anybody touch that? It is touched by Chase Richardson. And everybody wants a review. Michigan, Izzo's asking for a review. And they're going to get a review. We're getting a third member of the broadcast team here today. Let's see.
Players on a review for out of bounds.
Yeah, that's
Richardson touched it.
Yeah.
How about Slacker at the last moment, I guess, decided it was not going to be catchable. Let me just pull away from it. So that will be SC ball. I think the other question is going to be the inbound could come from a really difficult place to inbound it from. They're going to be over there in that corner, I think.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Anderson, Earl Walton, Nate Harris are officials today. Take another look on Chase Richardson's hand.
At the further review, play stands, white ball.
So now, if you're Michigan State, do you let the ball come in and get a trap first before you foul, or do you foul on the catch? It's going to be very interesting to see what Tom Izzo does right here out of timeout.
What do you think? You think they got to go for the steal, right? Or at least the
I think you go for the steal first, but then you got to foul immediately.
Okay. And St. Thomas is going to need a timeout. He's just a really unusual place. How often do you practice inbounding it from over there? And so in a 7-point game, nobody said it would be stress-free.
Richard Harris was executed in 2017.
What is your professional assessment of him?
You want me to profile a dead serial killer.
Why?
The truth is, he's not actually dead. He and some of the most dangerous criminals the world has ever known. They escaped from a classified prison.
How many?
A lot. We have to get them all back before they kill anyone else.
NBC's The Hunting Party, streaming on Peacock.
With 2 timeouts apiece, and USC has the possession arrow. Michigan State with a great crowd on the road and a 13-game winning streak on the line.
So right now, Holloman and Ferris Jr. is getting ready to switch onto anybody coming in the backcourt. Wow.
A 5-second count. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for Michigan State.
Wow.
And now Rashawn Agee is going to come back in. And there's a glimmer of hope here for the Spartans.
The guards did a great job of switching. Michigan State's guard did a great job of switching on to the Trojans guards, and got to give them credit right here. Now they just need a great shot right now.
Holloman. Akins undercover, in and out, and AG, or rather Abo, gets the rebound, but steps out of bounds. So it's Michigan State ball with 14 seconds.
Musselman is going crazy over here.
At some point, the Spartans are just going to run out of clock, though. A 7-point game. And now Tom Izzo is going to take a timeout. And he's got one remaining.
This is what I love about these two coaches. They're going to strategize every single possession and get the best possible shot on the opposite end. They're going to execute well defensively and do a lot of different unique things, and you're seeing that right now from both these two coaches.
A long trip here to LA for Michigan State. They'll play UCLA on Tuesday. The question is, will they spend the next 2 days reacting to a miracle or a loss?
So
fears to get it in. Holloman needs the quick three, and it goes in and out. A quick follow from Akins, but it's a 5-point game, and they'll send Claude down to the free throw line. Oh, it was this close for Holloman.
Off the curl action, Holloman got his feet set, was able to get a good look at the basket, in and out. A good follow by Atkins, but Thomas right here was key because him taking the ball out real quick without the Spartans getting set defensively was able to get Claude an easy inbound play before the track.
2 free throws here for Claude, his second miss of the day. We mentioned they were so disappointed with their clutch free throw performance on Tuesday. Essentially, if he'd made both, a chance to end it. As Magic Johnson looks on. Claude misses both, but an offensive rebound. AG created it, and Abo grabbed it.
How great has AG been?
Well, he's been so good lately. He got his first start of his SC career today, and he was very vocal this week. He said, I'm finally understanding my role on this team, and he's playing like it.
And when you look at the box score, you don't see a bunch of numbers from AG stand out, but there's a lot of things that he does that's not on the box score. His hustle, his intensity, his awareness defensively is what sticks out to me, and I thought he was very pivotal for the Trojans if they win this game.
Tom Izzo set out the warning shot. He looked at the schedule, the remaining 11 games, including today, and said, it's a lot. It's about to get a whole lot harder. And he knew that would start today, and it did. Fears out of control, but AG commits the foul, and he is fouled out of the game. 5.2 seconds left. And Slacker will come back in. So for Michigan State, a 13-game winning streak. 5 seconds away from falling, and here's what's up ahead. They have just one remaining game that is not a quadrant 1 game, and that's the Indiana game. You can see the note at the bottom, the second hardest remaining schedule in the league.
Yeah, listen to Tom Izzo the other day. He said they have their work cut out for them coming up here in the month, and that UCLA game at UCLA is not going to be a very easy game as well.
Well, UCLA lost 4 in a row. Now they've won 5 straight. The last time that Michigan State was in this position, they lost 3 in a row and then went to the Final Four. But the story today is the Trojans. Michigan State's 13-game winning streak comes to a screeching halt. USC leads the entire way. and it's a signature home win in Eric Musselman's first year.
Stay in your seats. Coach Russ and the team are coming over here. Just a second. We need you to make some noise.
Time now for the Honda play of the game. And in crunch time, throw the Hail Mary. St. Thomas to Wesley Yates against the pressure defense. And it brought everybody to their feet if they weren't already here at the Galen Center. A day to celebrate. And finally a breakthrough here at home for Desmond Claude and the Trojans. We'll have more coming up from LA. The USC ends Michigan State's 13-game winning streak. And now we send it back to Ahmed Fareed in the studio.
Here with our guys, Guy and Darren. Guy, take it away.
All right, Ahmed, and the first question has to be, how's your knee? We saw you come back, so we know you're probably okay. Your team held it together with you out, but what'd you go through there?
Yeah, I think I just hyperextended it a little bit. The doctor back there, checked to make sure if anything crazy was wrong, and it wasn't. And I knew this was a big game, so it was just something I had to fight through. And it's feeling better already. Now that we got the win too. So, most important thing is just recovery, cold tub. Just rehabbing, making sure I'm doing everything I need to do to be ready for next week.
Good.
Yeah, my question for you, Des, I think you're an unbelievable player. I think you're, to me, one of the best guards in the conference. What is it that you see night in, night out that has you having some success in the paint?
Just having, to be honest, at the beginning, just making sure everybody up on my team, get them going, get them scoring, and then that just opens everything. And, then just my size and frame for my position, I'm able to get there in, 2 dribbles, and, I'm physical. So, they pressed up and they gapped a lot, but, once I got my teammates going and once we had movement off the ball, that's really what opened everything up.
My last question for you is, you had 31 points against Illinois, and that was a very good performance against a very great team. And then you come here and have another great performance against Michigan State. What is it about you that makes you feel that you're not afraid of these moments when you play against these bigger teams? Yeah, it's, to be honest, it's nothing new. I'm a junior. I came from Xavier, so I was already adapted to the high level of talent. And, to be honest, just confidence. I'm working every day. I'm working with my trainers. I'm getting shots up. So at the end of the day, I just got to believe in myself. I know I could do it. I just got to do it in the game. So that's one of the biggest things for me. And, but yeah, just making sure I'm staying ready and confident. And that's one of the roles I have on this team. And that's one of the reasons why I came here. So yeah.
Okay. All right, we talked to you yesterday at Shoot Around. You were very confident that you guys could play well today. The atmosphere you were excited for, it lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
The USC fans were great. The Michigan State fans were great. Then we saw you and Muss and all your teammates up in the student section after the game. Just tell us, this is year 1 of this program. You guys are trying to build something here. What is it like to play for Eric Musselman?
It's fun. He has his ways with what he do. He has his concepts. The biggest thing, you just got to trust him. Like, he's a good guy. He knows how to have fun, but, he's going to hold everybody accountable no matter who you are. So, and I think that's one of the biggest, good things about him is that no matter, from the best player to the team to the worst, he's going to coach you and, he's going to hold you accountable. And, it's just fun playing for him. Yeah. It's just, fun going through the everyday process with him and the team as well.
Well, congratulations on a great game. And Ahmed, we're not just sitting here with a guy who had 19 points in a big win today. He also finds the time to crate train his 6-month-old Kane Corso somehow. And be this good of a basketball player. So there you go.
Jack of all trades.
Thank you.
He does it all.
Yeah, well done. That might be harder than beating the number 7 team in the country, to be quite honest with you.
All that energy, still impressive.